Is it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. That too. I mean, that wasn't even the first thing I thought of. Crazy how many things there are. So it makes sense that Trump is worried, especially since he's not going to have people like Attorney General Pam Bondi at the pearly gates, because she's been devoting every second getting him out of trouble here on Earth. They spent all summer trying to hide any mention of Trump in the Epstein files. And when Bondi was asked about that today, she basically told senators, you can go to hell.
So who gave the order to flag records related to President Trump?
To flag records for President Trump?
To flag any records which included his name.
I'm not going to discuss anything about that with you, sir.
Tone, you know you're caught when you have to repeat what you were being accused of. Just so you have time to think, like, who's been texting me? Who's been texting me all night? Welcome to the Daily Show. I'm Josh Johnson. We have got so much to talk about tonight. Pam.
Majority Report. It's a pleasure to welcome to the program Mark Joseph Stern, senior writer, covering the courts and law and slate.
All right, let's do this. What am I doing? We're gonna do another thing. Guess another ranked knockout. It's getting exhausting. Like I'm just playing ranked knockout, trying to like push my rating up. And it's slow. It's painstaking. So I think I'm just gonna make a long video of me doing a bunch of ranked knockouts, and then if I don't do it by the end of the video, I'll stop. I mean, I'm gonna play it by ear. I don't know how long I'll make the video. I don't know for a fact that I won't make 2 videos, but we're going for it. All right, it's this one with the thing. I'm pretty good at this one. I'm pretty confident. I got the shortcut. I got the strategy here.
Trump administration wanted the Texas legislature to do a mid-decade redistricting, which is very unusual, right? Usually this occurs at the beginning of the decade
Next one.
The census.
You got me.
Trump and his ally wanted a more favorable map for the House of Representatives in 2026.
Never managed to do that correctly.
So the White House pressured the Texas legislature to redraw the map to create an even more extreme party.
That was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Oh God, this is bad.
Texas, a letter claiming that the current map essentially gave black and brown Texans too much political power by putting them in districts together. And so the Department of Justice, again, under Trump's direction, clearly said, you need to unpack these districts that have a lot of black and brown voters together.
Okay, and okay, there we go. Nice. No. This ain't good. It ain't good.
They did exactly what the Justice Department did. They targeted black and Hispanic voters with surgical precision. They diluted their votes. They drew a new map that gave Republicans bias to the House.
No. This is not a good way to do it. You got to get knocked up there.
What happened was very brazenly an effort to redraw a map in a way that discriminated on the basis of race, in violation of the 14th Amendment, in a way that is not.
Interesting that you could go up that way, though. You walk up the ramp.
He is a conservative Federalist Society judge, but Texas raised the Supreme Court and asked for a pause, a stay on the decision, and by a 6-3 vote, the Supreme Court granted it. Again, without giving clear reasons.
These guys are really struggling with this level. Here we go. Somebody who has a chance.
We just think this is partisanship, so we're going to let this.
These guys do not know the shortcut. This thing is like very hard. I understand struggling with this. He's gonna make it now. He's gonna make it. Yeah, they made it. Okay. Good job. These guys might make it. There we go. You're so close. Okay, go for it. Yeah. Go back and get pushed up. Run now. You gotta run fast. Oh my God, he's making it. He's gonna do it. He's doing it. 9 seconds left. 8. Go. Stand on the thing. Stand on it. Stand. No. We're so close. Why? Oh no. Yeah. He was so close. He killed me. I'm crying. Guys, I'm crying. It's a tragedy.
So I think what's most offensive to me about all of this is that the district court had, I believe, a 9-day trial with 24 witnesses, 3,000
I want
pages
to rewind a little bit
of
and
and it
hear
wrote
someone's
given
repeated.
to minority voters in the iPad. That was the pretext that the governor and the legislature needed to enact the new map. They did exactly what the Justice Department asked. They targeted Black and Hispanic voters with surgical precision. They diluted their votes. They drew a new map that gave the Republicans 5 extra seats in the House, and the district court blocked it because of all
Gerrymandering.
very brazenly an effort to redraw a map in a way that discriminated on the basis of race, in violation of the 14th and 15th Amendments, in a way that is not
Typical.
upheld by the judge who wrote that decision was appointed by Donald Trump. He is a conservative judge.
We killed that one.
Raised to the Supreme Court and asked for a
I think we didn't need to eliminate that many people because, yeah, because
within clear reasons, we can talk about what it did say, but the Supreme Court
because some of them that were supposed to be there didn't make it in the previous round.
So we're gonna let this.
Lily Leapers.
About this is that
All right. I feel a little bit confident. Last time I failed Lily Leapers, didn't I? That was crazy round 2. I did so well. All right, this is my revenge round.
a way in which we could assess whether something's been overly gerrymandered. Well, then let's take a look at it. And as he was headed out the door, I guess this was back in 2020 or 2018, a case did show up where academics could actually figured out a way to determine if something was over gerrymandered in terms of the way that it distributed the.
Let's watch what this guy does.
And basically they said, look, we don't have a problem with political gerrymandering. The only thing you can't do is do it based upon race. And
Oh,
you don't have to prove that it was
no.
someone voted down and said, would you do this because of race? And they said, okay, we'll do it. But yeah, so what did the Supreme Court say?
So I think what's most offensive to me about all of this is that the district court
Oh,
had,
gosh.
I believe, a 9-day trial.
I'm losing.
2,000 witnesses, 3,000 pages of evidence.
Okay, go on the side. Go on the side. I can still do this. I can make it.
Laying out all the reasons why
Come on. We can do this. We can do this. We can win. We can win. We can win. We can win. Win. Ah! I did it. It's a freaking miracle.
said, we just don't think at the end of the day that race was driving it.
One more person will make it after this guy.
And we don't think that the plaintiffs who are
Could be this guy. Yeah, he's gonna make it. Yeah, you did it. You did it. No, what are you doing? You made it.
There's a lot of problems with that. One is that the Supreme Court is actually not a trial court. It was not in the room for those 9.
What was on Fallen Dynasty ready to play?
It did not see people.
That's the game that was downloading. I don't know why I said that like that.
About whether they were telling the truth.
I just got excited.
Just sort of decided to play
I made it to the end. I've never won at Blast Ball, I don't think.
Law here imposes what's called a clearly erroneous standard, which means that the Supreme Court could always law
I want a zigzag.
if it found the district court findings to be clearly erroneous. In no universe were those findings clearly erroneous. There was a paper trail. There were statements on the floor.
Zigzag.
There was a huge amount of evidence that this map did not have been
We're having fun. Zigzags. Woo.
And then the next piece of it was they said we're too close to the president. So now,
Zigzag.
yeah, so November
Oh crap!
6th,
There's
no,
balls everywhere.
years from when this was done by the district court. And why did the district court come out
Help.
with dates? Why did this?
I need zigzag. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-da-ba. Ba-da-da-ba.
And
Oh.
issued a very strong decision in a remarkably short amount of time. But still, the Supreme Court said it's too
I got him.
under this so-called Purcell principle. It's the eve of
Help.
an election, so this new map can't be overturned.
They're using the Mitchell.
Oh no.
Using it.
He's got a good throw. He's got a good arm on him, that guy. No! I thought it went all over. Oh, I was the last guy. I was second to last. Good job, buddy. That guy did great. I also did great. Even though I lost, I'm kind of proud. I feel like I could actually win. I can actually win and blast, something. Blast. So I feel proud. I feel proud and good about that.
Yeah, so the quote at the top was that the way
That was a good one. Let's play again.
Which Chief Justice
Just dive right in.
said in a notorious decision where he
Actually, I'm gonna end the video there, because I like that one, so much. So anyway, like, subscribe, click the bell, leave a comment. Love you guys. Bye-bye. Save recent gameplay. Full video. What a great run.
Like, look, you have said that we need to be living in a post-race.
Alright, I just had a great run in ranked knockout with this character. He had 3 great runs in a row, including 1 victory. One full victory where he took the crown. So we're a champion right now. I was literally second place in the last round, and that feels good. Even though I didn't, would have been better to win, obviously. But I kind of panicked a little at the end there.
It doesn't matter because they still use race.
I think getting the overhead view would be very helpful there, actually.
Under the 14th Amendment. And I guess that just didn't work on the Chief.
You try it out.
He evidently did not buy it, but I think it's a pretty
Then I
strong
wouldn't.
argument
I don't know, but then I wouldn't be able to see enemies far away from me.
and
Let's go. Don't worry about it.
In that case, the Supreme Court is almost certainly going to rule
Alright, that could have gone better.
for the purpose of a power blocking standard.
Well, I'm doing really well. I mean, I'm not doing well, obviously. I feel like I'm playing it perfectly, but it's just a little random, you know. Like, I'm not doing anything wrong.
A violation of the 14th and 15th Amendment to try to comprehend and empower racial minorities in voting, but it seems that it will no longer be a violation of the 14th and 15th Amendment.
I got this. I got this. I got this.
On the basis of race to disempower black
All right, let's go.
go back and read
This is how it's done. Okay, didn't time that quite right. No, that's not how it's done. That's how it's freaking done. I was 6th place there, I think. Maybe 7th or 8th, but possibly 6th. Whoa! Look at that! That guy was so lucky. He pulled that off. That was awesome. I always wanted to do that. I think I have done that before, but it's really impressive. I wonder if he somehow timed that out. Is there a way to time it? I mean, you probably could time it. I just don't know when you would just jump in to time it. Maybe I could watch the moment that somebody jumps in and keep an eye on the swing, and then see where the swing winds up by the time they go through the pipe. Man, these guys suck. I apologize. I thought it was gonna keep moving. I wouldn't have left the camera on him if I realized he was just gonna stay up there.
which is insane because we're just very fortunate that, for the most part, it's white people who vote for Republicans overwhelmingly versus Democrats.
Yes, and there was a case from last term in which that same issue kind of bubbled up 2 terms ago out of South Carolina, where the court laid down a rule that's a lot like what you just said. You know, oh, well, it's okay for a state legislature to just pretty much assume the black people as Democrats and gerrymander them out of political power on that basis, because they're not really acting out of racism. They're just using race as a proxy. And that was a direct contradiction of years of precedent that had come before, which said that you cannot use race to stand in for partisanship. You cannot just target people because they're black if we assume they're Democrats. But that's now allowed under Supreme Court precedent. And I guess it's just very difficult for me to see how a state a racial hearing answer that this Supreme Court would find to be, because they've rigged the game to such a degree that every sort of malicious use of race that the legislature comes up with is just explained away. Oh, it wasn't really about this, it was about that.
Go blue, don't go purple.
It really
Easy.
sort of
Man, how did I not realize that earlier?
where there's this pre-tax and everybody knows it's pre-tax, but the courts are going to accept it because they don't really believe that people of color should have more voting power. And another reason I say that is, you know, if the principle the courts can't strike down election laws now extends to a year before an election, right? That it's too close to an election, 1 year out.
Okay, that could have gone better.
Basically gives every state like a year-long loophole to enact some kind of openly unconstitutional law. And if
No.
the court strikes it down, 7 years too close to an election, it'll cause hurricane season in May. And so this is giving a lot of wiggle room, not just for 2026, but for 2028. I think the bigger ramifications here are for the next election cycle. because
I've got this down.
That starting in 2027, we're going to see a lot of last-minute changes to the maps and to the voting rules, and all of those state legislatures are going to
Heck yeah!
It seems to me in the past couple of years, there needs to be plenty of times when we're closer to election time.
This guy couldn't make it.
Well, you know,
No, he's got no chance.
Kind of principled on this, others aren't. So, Chief Justice Roberts has generally counseled the court to just stay out no matter what. But Thomas, Alito, Gorsuch, and Kavanaugh have all argued for intervening much closer to the election to change the voting rules when they want to change the voting rules to help Republicans. So that happened in 2020 and again in 2022, where there were courts
Farm Saloon.
protected voting rights relatively close to the election issued these decisions that said, yes, you can vote even if you're, XYZ. This map is unconstitutional, needs to be replaced. And
Let's go Farm Saloon.
Those justices were like, we want to step in and make everything better for Republicans. But when the lower courts are trying to do it the other way, those justices are not principled or consistent at all. So there's not a lot of consistency on the right part.
All right, let's move to the other, really sort of incredibly consequential case, the Slaughter case.
Yeah.
Without
I can't believe I made it across that. That was a little dangerous.
FTC. And the FTC is one of many supposedly independent agencies that make it hard for the president to fire. And these, tell us about this sort of novel approach to agencies. How long have we had this concept of semi-independent agencies?
Since 1790, when
1790.
Congress is only about 200 plus years old. It's
Much
been
more than fire.
Yeah, and maybe that's the benchmark for the Supreme Court if you this is an interesting area because what happened was in the 1980s, people like Antonin Scalia developed this theory of the unitary executive.
Hey, we did it!
So he has to be able to hold all the executive power, and that means
I like it.
pretty much any executive official.
Ooh, I'm in the final again. I'm good at this game, guys. Freaking good at this game.
Credible historians have looked into the history here and said, that's just not true at all. That's not what people understood the Constitution to mean. That's not in line with historical practice. That is just not the reality of our founding charter. And what they discovered is that starting in 1790, Congress started to create agencies that wielded a lot of power, whose members, or at least some of whose members, could not be removed at will by the president, including something that was called the Sinking Fund Commission that dealt with the nation's war debts, which was a really big deal that consumed a lot of political and legal energy in 1790. And Congress said, we're not going to put this all under the control of the president. We're going to make sure that some people on this agency can't be fired by the president. And it went on like that in a kind of unbroken chain through to today. Congress has created a ton of different independent agencies and said the president can't fire their heads, at least without good cause. And this is
get a term. I just want to be clear on this. Like, you get a term. You get a point.
We're doing good, buddy. It's me and this guy.
you're not. Yes. It's not a definite. It's for the FTC.
Whoa!
Staggered.
I lost.
And because it's staggered,
I'm rooting for that guy, though. He's probably dead already. Yeah, I think he's dead. He's dead also. Alright, well then, the pros don't go up that way. The pros go the other way.
The Democratic majority on the agency was like last when the Republican president got replaced. So it's not like they're entirely independent or nonpartisan, but they are designed to have some kind of insulation.
This guy is a pro.
Partisan pressures emanating from
Let's watch him go.
Congress said, look, antitrust for the Federal Trade Commission, right? Antitrust is a really powerful tool. You can wield this tool to crush corporations, to block billion-dollar
I
mergers.
feel like he let the other guy go in front of him, but why would he do that? Maybe the other guy's more of a pro, actually.
The FTC, whose leaders have a buffer from the president who can't be fired because they don't do something.
Okay, we got two guys up here.
And that
Two champs.
that
They need weapons to kill each other.
The Constitution explicitly gives Congress power to structure the executive branch.
Stay behind. Don't jump on top.
But the conservatives, unitary executive boosters, they all claim that the independence here is anathema to our constitutional design, and that the president simply must have absolute power to fire.
It's just two of them now.
Anytime he wants for any reason he wants. That's his slaughter case, and it's a guarantee that the Supreme Court is going to replace it.
Okay, it can also be clear. It's also
He missed with his weapon. I don't think he can use it again. Oh, yeah. He used the weapon. That was awesome. That was two pros there. That's it. Oh, I missed the quick time event. You hate to see it. Anyway, that's all, folks. Please like, subscribe, click the bell, leave a comment. Love you guys. Bye-bye. I'm so bad at that level.
Never.
Need practice on that level.
Fire the agency or all the people
Yay!
of their terms.
Stop recording.
I mean, I'm not even clear why you have terms at that point. Really,
Okay.
like,
Can I, like...
it seems to me theoretically,
Okay.
if you can fire anybody at will, you could just rehire them and extend their terms.
So, forget it creative for
Like, I
now,
don't
but
understand
okay.
what the restrictions are. But where does that leave us with the Fed?
I'm doing great with this character, though.
It sounds like if the president-
Just kind of slow going.
Why you-
Now, what can you do? Just want to check the player made.
Like, you set aside the history and just focus on the practical realities. Even the most hardcore unitary executives, like Brett Kavanaugh,
Discovery, that's all I want.
forever, will not accept logical consequences of their
I can't
words
use
because
Discovery to just play a level that's part of the game, right? Like, what if I wanted to practice on one of those levels?
Or any other agency in the government. It does like much the same thing. Rulemaking, regulations, it deals with monetary policy. It's been delegated a bunch of sort of tasks from Congress, and it carries them out to ensure that we have like a stable market, a stable economy. And it has been understood
If I go to
for a
creative.
long time that independence is crucial to protect this country from being driven into a recession.
Of course.
All of the data and all of the history shows that when the president takes control of the central bank, when the central bank is directly subject to partisan pressures, then it leads to bad places. It performs worse. And you can see that now with Trump trying to pressure the Federal Reserve into slashing interest rates prematurely. So the Fed's Board of Governors are protected against removal, just like the Federal Trade Commissioners are protected against removal. But the Supreme Court has treated that differently.
I did it. I made a
They
game.
actually allowed Trump to fire, slaughter the FTC commissioner.
I was hoping that I would be able to like make a course that
But it didn't
I was hoping that I'd be able to make a course that
the Federal Reserve governor, when she was removed or attempted
that would
to be removed by the Trump administration. And the court has not given us a clear distinction.
How do I quit?
Explain why. What the court
Get
did
me out of here.
is essentially put out a call to very smart lawyers that read between the lines something like, hey, we don't want to give the president total control of the Federal Reserve, but we really want to go whole hog on the unitary executive theory for all these other agencies that we hate or that we don't care about. So can you smart lawyers please devise some kind of facially plausible theory for us that we can embrace to explain why the Federal Reserve is different? And right now, as we speak, very smart lawyers are trying to concoct that distinction. And I will be happy
Where am I?
if the Supreme Court embraces that distinction, because I don't want Trump to be able to fire Lisa Cook or other members of the Fed. Like, it will be good for the country, but it will also be stupid and incoherent.
Yeah, I was hoping that would let me like load up a level that's already complete and then just add to it. But it doesn't let me do that.
What they say it means, or else the consequences would be catastrophic.
Is it it's like a potential theory that if the second word of the name of the institution starts with an R, then you can't fire them? Like, what is? Let me put it this way. I imagine you have seen these smart lawyers attempting to work this out in some type of like law journals or articles or whatnot. Like, have you seen anything come to remotely close?
So when the Supreme Court put out this call,
Okay,
the sort of first draft of the idea was that the court said,
Wolf
"We
on
think
Fallen
that the
Dynasty is
Fed
fully
has a
downloaded.
unique history and a
Alright, maybe I'll go play it in a bit.
that they
Let's just play one more rank knockout.
But every agency has a unique history and a distinct structure. Like, no two agencies are exactly the same, so that doesn't make any sense. So what we've seen instead
least
is
one
this effort to argue that the Board of Governors...
Yeah, I think one more is good. Actually, I don't even want to play one more, but we'll do one more since I started it.
Policy is more of some kind of quasi-legislative power or an almost judicial power, and so it doesn't slot.
I want to see if I can practice like peer pressure and
so the president shouldn't be able.
so I just want to play peer pressure. I don't want to like play all the rest of the levels. Like I got most of the levels down. I need peer pressure. I need practice to climb tree or whatever that's called.
Quasi-legislative or
Tree
quasi-judicial
climb.
powers. There's only three. There's executive, legislative, and judicial. And every single component of the government has to fall into one of those three. And so I don't see how they can claim that the Federal Reserve is the one little piece of government that just floats around in this weird liminal space outside of the three branches. Like, I think everybody knows it's part of the executive branch. And so maybe a smart lawyer will say,
Here we go, let's go.
Backup theory. I mean, maybe they will say it's because the second word of the agency starts with R. That would be about as coherent as what I expected. Yeah, it's a good one. I'm persuaded. It's what James Madison would have wanted to
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that point, right? Like, obviously, I'm joking, but it's true. Like, they're just functional equivalent of what they're doing. Is that they just don't even feel like they necessarily need to write that in some of their shadow document. Let's talk about birthright citizenship. What is it? 14th Amendment, right? I think if you're born here, you're born in this country, you're a citizen. Right. So,
there, I would say, obviously a lot of white supremacists about birthright citizens in the United
All right, we got one down.
You want to get appointed to the federal judiciary in Trump's second term, and are therefore picking up some kind of historical basis.
I can at least be level 2, then I won't lose a whole bunch of points.
So, to start, as you said, like, they got the 14th Amendment.
So if you beat level 2 and lose on level 3, then you lose like a small amount of points, which is not that bad.
Designed to overturn the Dred Scott decision that helped set off the Civil War, which had held that black people more or less could not be citizens.
I don't think I can lose on short circuit anymore. I think I've got short circuit down. I'm starting to get good at these races.
To the children of immigrants, and the answer was yes, it would. There was some members of Congress who argued that it should be rewritten to exclude the children of immigrants, but members of Congress understood that the version that ultimately passed was the version that granted birthright citizenship to the children of immigrants, just like the children of enslaved people. And so that has been like pretty well settled history for about 150 years. The Supreme Court heard a case called Wong, cited in 1898.
What else is this guy? Let's go.
All right, happy Saturday, y'all. Happy Saturday. It is a very rare thing that you get a video from me on Saturday, but we just got the
Why am I-
first batch of the
I don't understand how they did this.
yesterday, and I will
There
show
you
you
go.
all of it. I do not want to wait till Monday.
I'm
So here
losing.
we are, a lot of stuff to get to. So first, let's start with this. Chris Stockton points out.
I don't lose. Not on this level.
Not complete. Number 2, comically redacted. Number 3, not in a searchable format. The Trump administration had months to recover from the embarrassing influencer find your photo op, and this is what they came up with. This is what they think of you. So he's exactly right here. They are very clearly violating not only the letter of the law, but also the spirit of the law.
Somehow that worked out.
This is them gumming up the works. This is them clearly doing something illegal and hoping that they're going to get away with it. So as you can see, Prem literally points out the section of the law. It says, in general,
Could have gone better.
30 days
I think I am going to lose.
this act, the Attorney General shall, subject to subsection B, make publicly available in a searchable and downloadable format.
People are good at this.
Unclassified records. So, we're going to talk about this in a little bit too, but it looks like there might actually be some consequences and some justice for the fact that they released this in a completely and utterly and obviously illegal way. Now, having said that, there are still things in here that they messed up and they accidentally forgot to redact because they're incredibly incompetent and they let it slip through the cracks. And so there's actually a lot of juicy findings in this, even though what they were trying to do.
Oh my god, I made it!
Before I go any further, let me show you this.
Whew.
James O'Keefe.
The good stuff I did made up for the bad stuff that I did.
He now has left Project Veritas. He did an undercover date with somebody, or he had a female worker do an undercover date with somebody who works at the DOJ. And this person accidentally spilled the tea and said the quiet part out loud and let us know exactly what was going on behind the scenes with the Trump regime and what they're doing with the Epstein files. So listen to this.
And those files do exist.
Yeah, thousands and thousands of pages files. They'll redact every Republican or conservative person in those files, leave all the liberal and Democratic people in those files.
Okay, so the acting deputy chief, Joseph Schnitt, said on the Epstein files, quote, they'll redact every Republican or conservative person in those files and leave all of the liberal Democratic people in those files. So he was admitting up front what we all suspected. That, remember, there was that.
It's kind of crazy the Democrats won and passed it anyway.
Early on in the Trump regime, that they had ordered the FBI to redact Trump's
So I guess they were willing to burn the Democrats that they have to make way for new people, and also to make the Republicans look bad and show that they're the party that will hold their people responsible while the Republicans lie.
I want you to believe that he wasn't referenced at all in the Epstein.
Let's go.
Okay, this is Jeffrey Epstein's brother, Mark Epstein. And you guys remember this? He was on News Nation, and he said he knows that they're sanitizing the files and removing Republican names. Listen.
What I do want to talk about is I've been recently told the reason they're going to be releasing the removal for the fifth is that they sanitize these files. There's a concern in Winchester, Virginia, where they're scrubbing files to be Republican names out. That's what I was told by the Citizen Store.
There you go. Literally even saying it's happening in Winchester, Virginia. Okay. look at this. Fox News confirms that the DOJ hid the identities of what they call politically exposed individuals in the Epstein files. Fox News Digital has learned that the same redaction standards were applied to politically
No
exposed
guts, glory.
government officials. So this is a fancy way of saying we are absolutely positively going to protect the Republicans, we're going to protect Trump, we're going to protect people in the regime, and we are going to immediately throw any Democrats that we possibly can directly under the bus. So look at this. Ro Khanna reported that Kash Patel said he had 300 gigabytes of Epstein files. And guess what was released yesterday? Only 2.5 gigabytes have been released. That's less than 1% of the Epstein files released yesterday.
Hell yeah.
Flagrantly breaking the law. Flagrantly. So again, we'll talk more in a little bit about
That's crazy.
How about this? Entire documents and
Nine.
image and video albums redacted.
And 9 should remain.
Files. There's like a 116-page grand jury thing. Every single part of that, completely and utterly redacted. Every single part of that. I mean, look at this. This is a
Peer
joke.
pressure
This
on my
is a
weaknesses.
joke. Most transparent administration in history, my ass cheeks, is all I have to say about that. All right, more. So this is where they forgot or they messed up and were attempting to redact everything involving Trump, but they missed some stuff. So look at this. Guess the DOJ forgot to redact these pictures of Trump found in Epstein's desk drawer. So if you look closely here, like many pictures in this, it's almost like he had a drawer full of Trump pictures. A drawer full of Trump pictures here. And then of course you have the Epstein picture with Mohammed bin Salman, the leader of Saudi Arabia. You have him with one of the previous popes. So, man, they had a lot of dirt on homie. It looks like there's literally a Trump drawer here. Also, you see like a stack of papers. I wonder what these papers are in the Trump drawer. I mean, this is stuff that should be released by law. It has to be released, but they're refusing to release it. But they messed up and accidentally left in. You see some of the Trump pictures here. Look at the bottom drawer here. See Trump's face. See another picture with Trump and a bunch of women in bikinis underneath it. So they fucked up. They did not mean to release this one. They certainly would have tried to hide this one. And by the way, they also, and we'll talk about this more in a second.
All right.
They realized they fucked up. They went back and tried to remove this stuff. I'm not kidding. So the whole world saw it. They posted about it. They showed it. And then when it became clear to Kash Patel, the FBI idiots, the DOJ, and Matt Bondi, they go, oh shit, Trump's gonna be bad. Then they went back and removed it. Okay, how about this? Again, they tried to redact stuff, but they missed something here. The check Trump gave to Epstein for $22,500 for a, quote, fully depreciated woman has shown up in a new photo in the Epstein files, where Epstein is pictured holding the check, standing next to a woman. Looks like Trump forgot to redact this, because if you look at the check here, at the bottom of the check, what name does that say? It says Trump. Here's another question. Why the fuck? Why the fuck is this framed? Why did you frame a picture of Jeffrey Epstein buying a depreciated woman from you, or actually quite the other way around, actually. So Trump buying a depreciated woman from Jeffrey Epstein. Like, you know, it's basically proving the human trafficking allegations. They, oh, we were haha.
So we got Apple Kill,
Idea of a joke. Let's go get a comically large check made that says
Bronco
my neighbor
Chubbs,
buying a woman for $500.
Sneaks R1.
Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ. So this is a picture
Apple Kill and Sneaks R1.
That's the part that says Trump, which is hilarious. And then also the original picture is the original picture here. So these were separate pictures that were taken with this check.
I'm rooting for
They were
Egghead.
taking pictures all over the place with this check at Mar-a-Lago, by the way.
I like them both though. They're both cool.
You have the purchasing of a fully depreciated woman. Imagine for a second, this was any Democratic president, you would never hear the fucking end of it. They would say, oh my god, pound the gavel, it's over. This guy's some sort of...
Gotta look out for the birds.
This is crazy. This is crazy. Alright? Thousands of Epstein photos are...
What's he doing? Look at that, he's cheating.
We have, like, a video, and I'm gonna go ahead and play it for you, and we'll pause as we see fit. Here we
I
go.
think he cheated. I'm gonna report him.
Alright, so this is Bill Clinton wearing a red hoodie with, I don't know who, Jeffrey Epstein wearing
Report.
some sort of, it's like either on his island or some other probable getaway. We have, this is the one that everybody's talking about here. So we have Bill Clinton.
It's possible though it was just lag though.
And looks to be shirtless.
Still, look like he cheated, maybe.
You know, a swim suit though.
All right, we're slowly but surely making our way up to the next star rank. I think there's gonna be like 5 star ranks or something. So I'm mentally prepared for it just to be star 4 and not something new after this.
He went and found out what pool this was. Apparently, this is like the entire hotel in Brunei.
That's all, folks. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment. Love you guys.
You have
Bye
Jeffrey
bye.
Epstein with, I don't even know what's going
Safe
on here.
recent gameplay.
Looks like